guys, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Shanae and today we're going to make macarons. Not regular macarons though, we're going to try something different. We're going to use all-purpose flour instead of almond flour and see what happens. I've never done this before and I'm super curious how they will turn out. I get questions on my website and on the YouTube on my basic macaron recipe if you can use all-purpose flour instead of nut flour because people have nut allergies and you can also use seed flour, but it's not really easy to find, and that's why probably people want to try it with all-purpose flour. And my default answer is always no, because to me macarons is all about nut flour. Like you can make it with hazelnut flour, you can make it with almond flour. I even tried with a pistachio flour, and I always say no because macarons is all about nut flours. I do a lot of recipe testing, and why not try ourselves and see what happens, how they turn out, so that we can definitely say, yes, you can do that, or no, you cannot do that. So I will take you along on this journey, and we're not gonna go all into the details because I already have a basic macaron recipe where I talk about all the details, nitty-gritty details of the technique. But today I will just go ahead and brush over to show you the process, and then we'll come back and I will show you how they turn out. So the ingredients are pretty much the same as my basic macaron recipe, but instead of almond flour, I'm having all-purpose flour. So basically all-purpose flour, powdered sugar, egg whites, regular sugar, and I have salt and cream of tartar. And we're going to make pink macarons, and I have pink gel food coloring. So first I will go ahead and add the egg whites into the mixer along with cream of tartar and salt, and then we'll whisk it until foamy. And then I will start adding the sugar 1 tablespoon at a time. And while the egg whites meringue is whipping, I'm going to sift all-purpose flour and powdered sugar together, and I'll show you in the next step. So the meringue is nice and foamy, and I'll start adding the sugar 1 tablespoon at a time. So the meringue is at the soft peak stage because it curled up like this, and this is the perfect time to add food coloring. And we'll let it mix until really nice, firm, stiff peaks. If you haven't watched my French meringue video, go ahead and watch that. I put all the details in it, the science and visual cues that you need to look for the perfect meringue. If you haven't watched that, go ahead and watch it. I'll link it up here, but I'll let it run for a little bit more, so until the perfect stiff peaks. So my meringue is at perfect stage. Now I'm going to sift the dry ingredients over the meringue and then start the macaronage. Macaronage is basically mixing the dry ingredients into the meringue, and this is so freaking weird, you guys, making macarons with all-purpose flour, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it is a thing. So the batter is really, really smooth, really weird smooth, but I think it's looking good. I feel like it's a little thick, but I flexed all my muscles and I can't do it anymore. And I feel like it's flowing thicker than I like, but this is all I can do, I think. I'm going to transfer into a piping bag and pipe them out. So I have a parchment paper and a template. By the way, this is the template I made, and it's available for download on my website. Go to my basic macaron recipe and you should be able to find this file. All you need to do is sign up to my email list, and I'll email the template to you so that you can download, print it out. It's 2 sheets and you just connect it, and basically you put it on your baking sheet. It's easier for me when the baking sheet is upside down, and then I put the parchment paper over my template, and I'm going to pipe out macaron batter. Remove the template before baking. What I'll do is I'll let it rest until it forms nice skin. I'm gonna tap it a little more so that all those ridges can melt into the batter. And then I'll bake it at 300 degrees for 15 to 18 minutes, and I'll show you when they come out. These macarons have really weird texture. Like when I was piping, it got a big air bubble hole here, and usually I'm able to fill it back up with a toothpick, but this creates really like weirdest texture. If anything, it crusts up really easy, like sugar glaze hardens up really quick. That's what happens. So my macarons just came out and hot from the oven. The macarons have feet. That's the good news, but they did wrinkle. But as you can see, they're kind of wrinkled. They do look like macarons, but they have feet. The shell's wrinkled a little bit. I don't know why. Let's check out how they're inside. They're beautiful and full. Beautiful and full, but the most important thing is, how do they taste? It's okay. I personally would not eat all-purpose flour macaron because there's no flavor to it. Just quite honestly, there's no flavor with all-purpose flour macarons. Obviously, they're nice and full, but I'm sure you can tweak the recipe to make it perfect, you know, with a nice smooth shells and everything, but I don't think the flavor is there. And to me personally, all-purpose flour macarons not worth it. I would stick with almond flour or pistachio flour. They have way more flavorful. If you have nut allergies, or if you have a customer who has nut allergies, try seed flours like sunflower seeds. I know people use sunflower seeds, and I'm sure they have more flavor to it. But I would avoid all-purpose flour because it's just really plain, and the texture is kind of weird, kind of pasty and kind of chewy. I don't like it. So I hope this was interesting. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more delicious recipes, and leave me a review if you have tried any other different flours for macarons. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.